Are you a CPG brand about to launch on Amazon or already on Amazon looking for the best results? Well, what if I told you there is a proven step-by-step system that could ensure that your products rank high on page one and sell like hotcakes? Well, in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal my exact CPG launch playbook that I've been using for the past several years to help many mid-market CPG brands rank fast and become bestsellers. And at the end, I'm going to show you a really cool tool that will save you a lot of time. Warning, this playbook may cause stock outages. But before we dive in, why listen to me? Well, if you don't know me, I'm an Amazon expert and I've spent the last 10 plus years mastering the Amazon launch game. I've launched a bunch of my own products. I've worked with over 300 brands and I've launched hundreds of products for clients. Okay, so first of all, why is launch strategy important? Well, think of Amazon as just a big search engine, because it is, and 70% of sales happen on page one. So the whole point of launch is to rank as high on page one as possible, as fast as possible. And the cool part is, when you're new, the algorithm makes it easier for you to rank. This is known as the honeymoon period. Think of it like Amazon giving the new kids on the block a chance right away to audition on center stage, aka page one. And if you perform well there, you stay there. So having a proper launch strategy to push for rank in the first 30 to 60 days is very important, and it can make or break a product's success. All right, let's dive into the 6 pillars of my CPG launch playbook. So first and foremost, we need to talk about your listing. Think of your listing as like your virtual store on the busiest street in town. If it's not looking super great, it's not attractive, and it's not selling people are just gonna walk right past it. That's why my first pillar of success is having what I call a $1 million listing. What is a $1 million listing? Well, my 5 keys to a $1 million listing are as follows. Number 1, great branding. This just means looking and feeling like $1 million brand. If you want to sell your company for $10 million plus eventually, it better look like a $10 million brand. So have great branding. Next is your photography. So your product photography is the bedrock of your brand. It will be the visual foundation of your website and your Amazon pages and storefront for years to come. So make sure to have professional photography done. This means in-studio photo shoot and lifestyle photo shoot with models showing your product in use in real life situations. The number 3 key to a $1 million listing is videos. So you already know that videos are super important for e-commerce, and the same is very true for Amazon. So use my Amazon video framework. So my framework is, on Amazon, you should have 3 types of videos. First, a main video. This is like your commercial, your featured video. Second, a UGC compilation video. So take all of your UGC content, edit them up into the best bits, make a compilation or a highlights UGC video. The third type of video you should have is a long form video. When I say long form video, I just mean someone just talking about the product in detail for several minutes. I don't care about the length, but it's just an in-depth video about the product. And in many cases, the best person to do this is you, the brand owner, because you know the product better than anyone else. So here's something you can do today. It will take you 10 minutes and it will make you thousands of dollars. It's called the best friend video strategy. And what this is you just taking out your phone, hitting record, and just talking to your phone all about your product for several minutes as if you're talking to your best friend. So this can be live stream style. So it's just raw, it's genuine, it's from the heart. Picture that your best friend just walked in the room and you're telling them all about your product. You could talk about why you started it, why it's great, why it's unique and better than the competition. Maybe some unexpected benefits or cool things about it. Also, you can try like a mini infomercial type of deal, kind of like QVC style, but for Amazon. These are great. Okay, so if you get those 3 types of videos on your listing, you're gonna be ahead of 99% of listings. Okay, the 4th key to a $1 million listing is having premium A+ content. So premium A+ content basically allows you to have premium modules in your A+, such as videos, sliders, and more. So as of last year, it's available to all sellers and it's free. So this is just a no-brainer thing to do. You can see my premium A+ video on how to unlock this in Seller Central. Unlock it, put videos in there. no-brainer. Okay, on to my fifth and final key of $1 million listing. You see, Amazon is a comparison platform by nature. When people shop, they are almost always comparing several different options. That's why my fifth key is what I call USP-based messaging. This means helping the shopper understand why you are unique and better than the competition. Use this checklist. Number one, have a comparison chart that's just showing why you are unique and better compared to the top 1 to 5 leading brands in your niche. In addition to that, have another infographic that just goes into more detail on why you're better. For example, it could be a big bold headline that says why we're better than the leading brand, followed by just a chunk paragraph giving your USP sales pitch. Here's why we're different and better than the leading brand. So that's 2 infographics that are comparing versus the leading brands, and both of these should be in your gallery and your A+. Here's an example of a comparison chart, which I love, from Aloha. And on that note, I actually have a Canva project with 27 comparison chart templates if you want to check that out in the link below after this video. I want to show you this comparison chart. I love this one because it is directly comparing to the top 3 brands in this space. I can see they're talking about AG1, I can see they're talking about Bloom, and I can see they're talking about Goli. It's going head to head and it's helping the shoppers make the buying decision. They're checking out all of these, why they're unique and better. So I just want to shout out this infographic. I think this one's great. Here's another type of infographic where it just kind of compares to the other guys or other brands. Personally, I'm a fan of calling out the other brands directly and going head to head, but that's up to you and your brand and your style. But personally, I think shoppers appreciate when they can see head to head how you stack up to other brands. All right, so now you have your first pillar strong. You have $1 million listing. If you do everything I just said there, you'll be ahead of 99.9% of Amazon listings. And you want to have all of this done well before launch. So on day 1, when you go live for sale, you can focus on pillar 2. Now, pillar 2 is very important because if you don't do this properly, you won't get many sales at all, even if you have the best listing ever. You see, when you first launch on Amazon, your first priority is getting your first initial batch of reviews fast. That's why my pillar number 2 is get fast reviews. How many reviews do I need, Riley? Well, I've found that when we get 30 reviews in the first 30 days, it tends to be a good launch. So just follow my framework. The first easiest no-brainer way to get reviews is by enrolling in Amazon Vine reviews. The maximum allowed is 30 reviews per parent ASIN, so I normally just recommend do the max 30. If you have variations, an optional hack you can do is separate the variations and enroll them individually in Vine reviews, and then combine the variations 30 days later, and voila, that listing now has more than 30 Vine reviews. It works, optional, up to you. The second no-brainer thing you should do is turn on review request automation. Many tools have this as a feature. I recommend Helium 10. Simply log in, go to request review automation and turn it on, and you're done. So those are the 2 no-brainers when it comes to reviews. And if you want to go above and beyond that and get more reviews, my next go-to is using a website called FBA This is like a third-party version of Vine where you give free products in exchange for feedback. This is something we'll do when we have lots of inventory and a good marketing budget and we just want to get as many fast reviews as possible. We'll typically do 15 or 30 product tests per product on FBAreviews.com. It's around $30 per product test. And I do have a 10% coupon code below. Not sponsored, just something that I've used. And as always, read the rules yourself and use at your own risk. But there's one more thing you can do to increase your review rate for the long term. And that's by using a product insert. But I have a separate video on product inserts. So if you're interested in learning about that, you can check that out later. But actually there's one more thing regarding reviews that I haven't talked about yet. And that is getting quality reviews. Specifically how to get raving reviews, or as I call them, love letter reviews. These are super detailed text reviews where shoppers just pour their heart out and like write a full page about how much they freaking love this product. If you can get some of those, it can really boost your conversion rate. So there's some strategy around that, but you can check that out in my getting reviews video. So now you know about pillar 2, getting fast reviews, how to do it, and why it's important. In fact, during launch phase, you want to focus on building 3 things: reviews, sales, and rank. And in order to build up these three things as fast as possible, you can use a nifty little strategy that seems simple, but many brands fail to do it right. You see, 8 out of 10 shoppers on Amazon are price conscious shoppers. So if you want to get the most sales possible during launch phase, you need to be priced competitively. That's why my launch playbook pillar number 3 is strategic sale price. So the reason for starting at a discount is obvious. The lower the price, the more sales you'll get, thus the higher you'll rank, thus the more organic sales you'll get, and the faster you'll build your reviews up as well. Companies in all industries use launch discounts to promote their new products. Okay, when it comes to pricing at launch, there are a few different schools of thought. So first school of thought will say, just start at a big discount, let's say 20% off or 40% off, and over time, raise the price. Slowly back to your regular price, adjusting based on what makes sense to your goals. Another school of thought says start at your regular price, enroll the Vine reviews at your regular price, get a few sales at the regular price, and then slowly increase the discount. For example, 5% every couple weeks. And this ensures that you always have the lowest price in 30 days badge, AKA the strike through price. Or third, some companies will just choose their regular price, keep it at their regular price, and then if they think it makes sense to try another price, they'll try another price based on the situation and their goals. Overall, what's important for price is that you choose a pricing strategy that works for your goals. Every product and every brand has its own situation when it comes to budget, cash flow, inventory, and ad spend. So it's a careful balance between all of those things, and that's a big part of what we help companies do. Overall, just know that playing with the price, A/B testing price, let's say, is one of the most powerful tools you have in your toolbox to rank and build traction on Amazon. But Riley, what about subscribe and save? Isn't that a big part of success with CPG? Glad you asked, and yes, let me show you something. So subscribe and save coupons are the best new feature in our opinion when it comes to Amazon. So as you can see, this brand Aloha has a 40% off subscribe and save coupon that is constantly added just at all times. And they're the #1 bestseller in terms of protein bars. So yes, do this at launch. Test out a 40% off subscribe and save coupon. Try that out and watch your ranking spike. For example, we had a client in CPG. They were having trouble ranking. It was a very competitive keyword. We initiated this and they were able to get on page 1 and pretty fast. So yes, use subscribe and save coupons. Are you gonna wanna use exactly 40% off? That's up to you, your inventory and your budget and everything, but many brands are using 40% off right now. I think it makes a lot of sense to entice shoppers to go with the subscribe and save option. If your product is good, hopefully they'll stay. So that's something to keep in mind. So you know about sale price, why it's important, and some strategies to try. But what about advertising costs, you ask? Glad you asked, because Amazon ads is my pillar number 4. Amazon advertising is obviously a big part of success on the platform. You need to do it, you gotta do it. And so I have a whole course on Amazon ads, but here are the main questions that I get. First, how much will I need to spend? Well, there's no way to know how much you need to spend until you start testing. So we typically will just start at a $100 a day daily budget and just set that to start gathering data and adjust based on our goals and what makes sense. $100 is just a nice round number and it's sufficient to start gathering data. What placements should I be focusing on? Mainly top of search and video ads, and secondarily you may want to test out competitor targeting ads. What's the best strategy for video ads, and will I need anything specific? So video ads can be incredibly powerful on Amazon. The right video can potentially double your sales. In fact, we had a very special client, and when we turned on video ads, their sales almost doubled. So very powerful. Fun fact, that client happened to be my mom. The overall strategy for Amazon ads is similar to Facebook and Instagram ads. You want to get the message across and get their attention in the first few moments. So you can just do this. You already have at least 3 videos. Have your video editor take those 3 videos and basically edit those up into 5 different 15 to 30 second videos with 3 different beginnings each. So now you have 15 total videos to test. Some pro tips are: put the main keyword in large text on the thumbnail, communicate the USPs in the initial moments, and test at least 10 variations. All right, got it, Riley. That sounds good. But Riley, if I'm at a low sale price and I'm spending ads, I'm not going to be profitable. So for launch phase, the most important thing is building rank, reviews, and sales. Think of year 1 as building your virtual real estate in the giant Amazon mall. But unlike a traditional brick and mortar store, you don't have to put down $1 million just for the real estate, which takes years and years to be in the green. Where on Amazon, you can potentially be profitable in the first year. That being said, keep in mind that the CPG space is extremely competitive, and for many niches, it's not common to be profitable the first year because it takes a good investment to build your way up to page 1. And especially with CPG, the cost per clicks are really high because brands know each customer has a high lifetime value. Many brands are willing to lose money to acquire that first customer because they know the high lifetime value. So that's something you're going to need to figure out as soon as you can, your lifetime value. So summarizing in Amazon advertising, expect it to be very expensive cost per clicks. Expect to have at least $100 a day budget to start gathering data and adjust what makes sense. Very competitive space. You're gonna have to buy your way up to page 1. I tell most brands, don't bank on year 1 being profitable. Try to put everything back into the business for year 1, build traction, build reviews, build rank, and then after year 1, you can go into profit optimization phase, test higher prices, test lower ad spend, and trying to find that sweet spot that's a balance between sell-through rate, profitability, inventory, and rank. And when I say rank, I'm talking about for your tier 1 keywords. And to make sure you're ranking optimally for those, you need to follow pillar number 5. And the cool thing about pillar number 5 is if you do all pillars 1 through 4 correctly, then pillar 5 should be easy. But if you don't pay attention to pillar number 5, you're not going to make any money. That's why my pillar 5 is organic rank / SEO. So SEO stands for search engine optimization, which basically refers to trying to rank things high in search. And I've already explained that this is basically the whole game of Amazon, trying to rank high. But how does the Amazon ranking algorithm work exactly? Well, basically it's a function of your conversion rate and your sales velocity. In other words, the algorithm is trying to put the best option for the customer on top. So this pillar basically says that A, you need to be focusing on your organic rank and pay attention to your rankings, and B, just making sure your front and back end keywords are entered properly. In terms of front end keywords, just make sure your obvious tier 1 keywords are in your title and your bullet points. And in terms of back end keywords, just make sure your tier 1 and tier 2 keywords are in the back end search term space, as well as make sure any additional fields are all completely filled out in the back end in Seller Central. But this stuff isn't rocket science in my opinion, so let's move on to the next pillar. Hey Riley, so I've already followed your first 5 pillars and I'm still not ranking on page 1. What do I do? All right, so first of all, don't worry, this is normal, especially for super competitive niches, which there are many in CPG. That's where pillar 6 comes in. It's an optional pillar that you can implement if you need extra ranking boost. And that's why pillar 6 is driving external traffic. This can be very powerful to boost your ranking for 2 main reasons. First, Amazon loves when you drive external traffic to their website and their algorithm rewards you for doing so. So it's almost like external traffic sales are counted more heavily in the algorithm. And secondly, if you're offering some sort of discount to these external people, they're gonna purchase at a higher rate, thus raising your overall conversion rate, thus further boosting your ranking. Sounds great, Riley. How do I drive external traffic? So right here, I have the easiest ways to drive external traffic, in my opinion, is via rebate sites / giveaway sites. One that I've used a bunch is Rebate. Here's rebate.com. It's a deal site / rebate site that savvy shoppers know about. They'll go here and they'll click on a product right here and then they'll click order. It will take them to Amazon where they order for full price. And then this website rebate will give them an 80% rebate 30 days later. So many savvy sellers have been using rebate sites or giveaway sites for years and years. As always, read the rules and do it at your own risk. The second easiest way is obviously if you have a social following, let them know about your Amazon launch. And if you have an email list, of course, it's a no-brainer, let them know. If you have a significant email list, like 1,000 to 10,000 or more, what you should do is segment them. Some other ways to drive external traffic include micro-influencers, Amazon Live people, TikTok creators, affiliate sites, and viral sweepstakes/contests. If you're wondering how many units to give away per day on rebate, here's an example stair-stepper framework that we've used. So you'll start in the first couple weeks at 5 a day, and then if you need more ranking power, you can increase it to 10 a day. If you still want to rank higher, increase it to 15 a day, and then after you're ranking satisfactorily, wane off those giveaways down to 10 a day for a couple weeks, and then down to 5 a day for a couple weeks. You don't want to all of a sudden cut off the external traffic all at once. So that's an example framework, which you can find, by the way, inside of my CPG launch playbook, which is free, which covers everything I talked about in this video, plus more with links to things that I'm talking about. All right, so to quickly recap, the 6 pillars are $1 million listing, get reviews fast, strategic sale price, that's involved in conversion. And then the other 3 pillars have to do with traffic. So Amazon ads, organic rank /SEO, and external traffic, optionally if we need it. So if you do everything that I talked about in this video, you're gonna be ahead of 99.99% of Amazon brands, I swear. But still, that's just the overview. To keep learning and go into more detail, you can click this video right here for more CPG strategies. But before you click this video, hit the link in the description and open that up in a new tab. That's the free CPG launch playbook, so you can check that later. And so go ahead and click right here to keep learning and diving deeper into CPG launch strategies. I will see you over there.